Hi guys, and welcome to my channel lifern, and today I'll be going over the MacBook Air 2020 unboxing. As you see here, this is what we know Apple to be, is sleek and modern, very beautiful design. And on the back here, you're going to go in and see the serial number. And as we flip it on over, you'll see the tab so you can beautifully open it rather than rummaging through the unboxing portion of this. So as we're unboxing this, I'll go ahead and go over some of the basic points of the MacBook Air. So it comes in space gray, silver, and gold. This is the gold version, which looks more like a rose gold, which I don't mind at all because I love rose gold. And then the price point for the most basic version is $999. And if you're a student, you get $100 off. So that's really good too. And then the display comes with a 13.3-inch LED backlit display with IPS technology. And it comes with a Touch ID sensor to the top right hand corner of your keyboard, so that if you choose to log in with your fingerprint rather than typing in a passcode, you can. It also starts with a processor of 1.1 GHz dual core Intel Core i3 to a 1.1 GHz quad core Intel Core i5 and to a 1.2 GHz quad core i7. And the storage starts at 256 gigabytes all the way to 2 terabytes if you choose. The memory is good with a starting point of 8 gigabytes to 16 gigabytes of memory. Now the battery power, as we're looking at the battery charger right there, is up to 11 hours. And as we open it up, you'll see that this is fairly thin. It only has a height of 0.63 inches with a width of 11.97 inches, and it weighs a whopping 2.87 pounds. Now the graphics on this is Intel Iris Plus graphics. It's support for the Thunderbolt 3 enabled external graphics processors. The video support uses the Thunderbolt 3 digital video output for the USB. And then the camera is only the 720 pixel FaceTime HD camera, but that's more than enough for myself. If you want something more than that, you might want to go for the MacBook Pro. Let's see, it uses regular Wi-Fi 802.11 AC, and then the audio on this, quickly, we're just setting this up. The language you choose, and then the Wi-Fi you choose also. You can also choose to do iCloud setup, which brings your old information to a new laptop, or from your old computer to a new laptop, but I chose to do this manually, so that's fine. Now the keyboard and trackpad on this is backlit Magic Keyboard with Force Touch trackpad for precise cursor control and pressure sensing capabilities, force clicks, accelerators, pressure sensitive drawing, and multi-touch gestures. The operating system is a Mac OS. Accessibility is voice control, voice over, zoom, and many more options. And that's pretty much it. Just showing you the side ports right there for charging. And then there's your jack. Okay, so now that we went over the MacBook Air 2020 specs, I'll let you guys know my first thoughts on this, which is I absolutely love this MacBook Air 2020. I know it's kind of like an unfair comparison, but I had a MacBook Air 2015 version before this, and I waited all this time to get myself another MacBook. And mind you, I could have grabbed one last year, but I really didn't like the butterfly keyboard. And this year they really fixed that with the new MacBook Air, so good job, Apple. And so for reference, my old one was a 13-inch MacBook Air. It also had a 1.6 gigahertz dual core Intel Core i5 processor, as well as a 4 gigabyte memory, whereas mine now has, let's see, it is a Retina display, 13-inch 2020 with a processor of 1.1 gigahertz, quad-core Intel Core i5, and the memory is an 8 gigabytes. Awesome. Great. I know, again, it's a little bit unfair to compare the two, but I needed something that was a little bit faster. I waited and waited a good couple of years until I grabbed myself this one because it just hit all of the spots. Like the price point is amazing. It starts at $999 for the base version, and then you can also like upgrade as much as you want. For example, let me just go over this. So it has three different tiers for the processor. You could go with a 1.1 gigahertz dual core 10th generation Intel Core i3 processor with a turbo boost up to 3.2 gigahertz. I wouldn't even recommend that unless you are just doing this like solely for homework. There's also the 1.1 gigahertz quad core 10th generation Intel Core i5 processor, which is a turbo boost up to 3.5 gigahertz. This is the one I ended up getting. I wanted to be able to like have something that's a little bit faster, and I know it's not the fastest, which is a Core i7, but anyway, that one comes at $250 if you want to get the Intel Core i7 processor. In terms of memory, I stuck with the basic, which is 8 gigabytes. Again, that's twice as much as my old one, so I figure, hey, that's fine. Like the old one was fairly easy to toggle back and forth between the tabs, so it's, you know, if that memory was fine for me, then this one should be much better because it's double mine. And then the storage starts at 256 gigabytes, 512, which is an additional $200. There's a 1 terabyte storage, which is $400, and then the 2 terabyte storage, which is $800. I use an external hard drive. I don't see the need to like bulk up my computer any more than that and like to make it work extra just because I need extra storage. So that is why I stuck with the 256 gigabyte version as well. So that ended up being $1,199 for me. I got the student discount, which is $100 off. So that's really good. If you're a student, go ahead and take advantage of that because Apple doesn't really go on sale. And yeah, in terms of the buying experience, it was fairly easy. Like I said, like they gave you the options. You could speak to them on the phone directly and then go through it online with them. And then they have 3 different colors. They have the silver, they have the gold, which looks like a rose gold, and they also have the slate gray, which is a really dark charcoal. When it comes down to typing, that's probably the thing that really got me was, again, like the price point, how I can actually like take this with me in my tote bag, and then the keyboard. The keyboard is what really sold me on this because it doesn't have the butterfly keyboard as it previously had, and yeah, I could type with ease with this. It doesn't have the touch toolbar at the top, which was annoying with the previous MacBook Pros, and I know that the MacBook Pro has it this time around, so that's another thing that kind of deterred me from getting the MacBook Pro. And it has the inverted it has an inverted arrow key right here. So again, it's backlit, doesn't have the touch keyboard or the touch menu right here. And yeah, so it's fairly easy to work with. It has the speakers on the side right here, and I enjoy it. So if you guys want something that's pretty basic, then I would say go for the MacBook Air 2020. If you want something a little bit more robust, then go ahead and grab yourself the MacBook Pro 2020 because they have fixed a couple of things. So great job, Apple. And if you guys have any questions, let me know, comment and subscribe down below. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.